Shri Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Welcome to all for this session on Ramayana to chapter 71 of Ayodhya Kanda. In the previous chapters, we saw the messengers from Ayodhya reached Rajagriha, the kingdom of Kekaya, and informed Bharata for an immediate return to the Ayodhya because of some urgent work back in Ayodhya. Bharata, after bidding goodbye to his grandfather, he immediately set out with the messengers coming from Ayodhya. That valiant and resplendent prince, turning eastward, came to the river Sudama and passing over it, reached the broad Hladini and the Shatali flowing westward. Having crossed over the river at Iladhana, he reached Parvata and the stream in which all objects thrown are petrified. Then, proceeding further, he forded the Shalyakarthana river. Then the righteous and truth loving prince ascended the mountains and crossed the river Shilavaha near the forest Chitraratha. Arriving at the confluence of the Ganga and Saraswati and traversing the land of Viramatsya, entered the Buranda forest, length reaching the swift and joy inspiring Kulinga river, which descends from the mountains. He crossed the Yamuna and allowed his army to rest. There, the weary horses were refreshed, and his followers bathed and drank, taking water with them for future use on the way. Thereafter, Prince Bharata entered the uninhabited forest on a great Bhadra elephant, speedily traversing it. Finding they were unable to cross the Ganga at Ula, Ud, Uchudhana, Unchudhana, they went to the place called Prakavata and crossing there, passed over another river called Kutik, Kutikshota. Then, with his army, he reached the village Dharmavardhana. Resting for a while at Varutha, the son of Dasharatha went towards the east to the wood called Ujjihana, which was filled with Kadamba trees. Arriving at the groves of Sala and Banduka trees, Bharata, leaving his army to follow slowly, went forward with haste, halting at the village of Sarvatirtha. Then, crossing the river Uttamika, he passed over several other streams with the help of mountain ponies. At Hastiprastaka, he crossed the river Kutika, and at Lohitya, the Sukravati. Arriving at the forest of Shahavana, having crossed the Stanumati near Ekashala, he traversed the Gaumati at Vinata. His horses being greatly fatigued by the journey, the prince halted the night at Shalavan and at dawn beheld Ayodhya. Having spent 7 nights on the way, seeing Ayodhya from a distance, the prince said to his charioteer, O charioteer, this would appear to be the renowned and taintless city of Ayodhya, abounding in green lawns, but at a distance it resembles a heap of yellow dust. Formerly, the sound of the recitation of the Veda was heard, intoned by the Brahmins, and the city was frequented by royal sages. Today, I do not hear the cheerful cries of men and women in pursuit of pleasure. The woods at Eventide were formerly filled with people running here and there in sport, but today they are deserted and silent. O charioteer, this is not like Ayodhya to me, but seems to be a wilderness. None of the nobly born are seen coming and going in chariots on riding or riding on elephants or horses. The flower gardens were erstwhile filled with cheerful people, and the orchards were with those who made merry there. These gardens, once abounding in flowers and trees, with pleasant groves and arbors, today seem to mourn. I no longer hear the cry of deer or the birds singing with joy. O friend, why do the breezes redolent with the scent of sandalwood and ambergris not blow us formerly over the city? In the past, the sound of drums and the music of the veena was heard by us. Now all is silent. I see portentous signs and evil omens. My mind is heavy on account of these forebodings. O charioteer, without apparent cause, my heart beats fast and painfully. My mind is clouded, and apprehension freezes my senses. Entering the capital by the northern gate, his horses being overcome with weariness, the guards inquiring as to his welfare sought to accompany him on his way. But Bharatha, sick at heart, declined their company, though with due deference. He said, O charioteer, I behold the houses with their doors set open, bereft of splendor and emitting no fragrance of incense or sacrificial offering, filled with unhappy people and those who are fasting. The houses are destitute of all splendor. No garlands hang from any dwelling, and the courtyards lie neglected and unswept. The temples without attendant priests have lost their former splendor. None worship the gods, and the sacrificial pavilions are deserted. The shops where formerly flowers were sold and other merchandise are neglected, and the merchants appear dispirited and anxious over the cessation of their trade. Birds in the sacred groves seem joyless, and men and women in soiled attire, weeping and lamenting, wasted with grief, roam about the city. Speaking thus to the charioteer and seeing the city's distress, Prince Bharata drove towards the palace, beholding the capital once gay as Indra's city, with the roads and courts deserted and the houses covered with dust. He was overcome with anguish. Struck by these painful portents, formerly unknown to him, Bharata, with bowed head, his heart filled with dread, entered his father's palace. Thus ended chapter 71 of Ayodhya Kanda in Ramayana, where we saw Bharata, after a long journey of nearly 7 nights, had finally reached Ayodhya. Namaste Sharada Devi, Kashmira Puravasini, Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam, Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.